Core Java Part 4. So the various topics that we are going to cover are constructors, how to do programming using constructors in Java program, then about the basic operators like arithmetic, relational, logical operators, then about assignment operators. Then we will discuss about some decision making and looping statements. So in decision making we will discuss about some important like conditional statements, if else, nested if. Then in the last we will discuss about switch statement in the decision making statements. Then under looping we will discuss for, while and do while. So let's move to our first slide. What are constructors? Actually, constructors are special kind of member functions of the class and that are executed whenever a class is instantiated. It means that whenever we create the object of particular class, the constructors which are default mentioned, they will be called automatically. It means that we need not to create like any specific line using object to call that particular function. As we discussed in the previous videos that for calling the functions we need to write one line as object name dot function name, but in case of constructors are called automatically whenever the object of the particular class is invoked. So the most important thing is that a constructor, they must have the same name as that of the class name. Then it can have the arguments as its parameters. According to the requirement we can mention that. Then again, as we specify the access specifiers like public, private and protected, in case of class we can give those specifiers in constructors also. And the most important thing is that constructors cannot be static. Then it cannot be declared as a final keyword also. It means that we cannot restrict the constructor as final or constant. So let's see how to use the constructor. Like inside the class area, I am creating one constructor as area. So we can easily see both the constructor and the class name is same, that is area. Then again constructor is having one argument as int side, integer type side, then one line, that is area of square is side into side. So what will be the value of the area printed? The whatever value we will provide to the side, that is 10. We can see in the main function we are giving value s is equal to 10 and that s parameter is passing through the like object creation line. So automatically the constructor will be called and the line will be executed. So the output will be area of square is 100. It means 10 into 10 it will be 100. So this was basic about constructors. So let's move to the operators. As I have told, we are having certain operators and the most important and basically used operators are these four: arithmetic, relational, logical and assignment operators. So the different assignment operators we are having in Java programming for performing simple mathematical calculations, and we can perform algebraic statements and calculations too. So arithmetic operators are plus, minus, multiply, then division. Then we are having modulus also. Modulus means that it will provide us the remainder as output after performing division of the two numbers. Then we are having increment operator, then decrement operator. Increment means that the value will be just incremented by 1 and similarly decrement will be deducted by 1. So next, relational operators. The 6 most important relational operators are present in Java programming, as these are always present in every programming language, like double equal to, that is for the comparison of two values. These things we can use in like conditional statements as I have given in the example. Then not equal to, then greater than equal to, less than and less than equal to, and these operators are used with if conditional statement over here. So greater than means that we just want to check the particular value is greater than the other, that is the right hand side operand or not. If yes, it will just provide us the true value. Similarly, the other operators will also work. So next we are having logical operators. Logical operators means that to perform some logical comparison between the two statements, we have logical operators. Like and means that it returns true if first and the end expression both return true. Then or is totally opposite to the and. So or it returns the true value if one of the expression returns true, then also it will return value true. Then not means just opposite to each other. So example we can match over here. So next we are having assignment operators. Assignment operators, we are having four types of assignment operators, like equal to, just for assigning the value, like a is equal to 20 or 30. The 20 value will be just shifted to the a. So if we don't want to give any particular constant value, we can give the calculations also in the form of statement or instructions, like a is equal to b plus c. So whatever will be the value of b and c, it will be just added and will be assigned to the variable a on the left side. We must remember one thing, that the calculated value from the right side will be always shifted to the left hand side in case of assignment operator. Then plus is equal to, we can see the example, the value of a will be incremented by 1 and be assigned to the same variable a. Similarly, the division is equal to, then multiply is equal to. We can easily check the example. So next we are having decision making statements. So in order to take certain decision, like in the form of yes or no, in the form of true or false, we use if structure or if else, or according to the requirement we can have the nesting of the if else also. Like if this condition is true, then perform some specific task, otherwise you can do something else. Similarly, we are having switch statement. Under switch statement, we can have the multiple conditions in the single block. And according to the multiple true conditions, we can perform some statements, or otherwise the second condition or the default condition will be checked. If in case we are not like satisfying any of the condition, in the last it will check for default value. If in case that is also not working, it will just get stopped. So the different decision making statements are if else, nested if and switch statement. So next we can check how to use the if statement. So if we are having one value of age using the scanner class, like age in the form of integer, it will be like input from the user from the keyboard using keyboard. If age is less than 18 is entered by the user, then particular statement will be executed, like you are not eligible to vote. Otherwise another statement, that is you are eligible to vote, will be printed. According to the input provided by the user, the output will be printed. So if it is the value is less than 18, then the another statement will execute, otherwise the last statement will execute. So in the next slide I have used the switch statement. Like we are taking the input from the user in the form of integer. If 1 is entered, Monday will be printed. And similarly, according to the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 values, and we are having one predefined like predefined variable or value over here, that is break. This is predefined. So in the last, if we are not entering the value from 1 to 7, it will just print the value wrong value entered. So this is the default statement in the switch statement. So next we are having looping statements. Looping is used to perform the certain set of instructions repeatedly according to the requirement until the particular condition is met. Like we are having three type of loops: while, do while and for loop. So the three most important components are present in all the three, like initialization, the first value we need to provide, then what is the condition for stopping the value, then what are the instructions to be executed with what value, like increment and decrement of the counter variable. So let's take one example. Like we are having while loop, integer value I have taken I is equal to 1. So until the value of the I is less than 10, by incrementing it with one number every time, it will just print the statement. Otherwise, else after the condition is met, like if the value is 10, so 10 is not less than 10, it is equal to 10, the loop will be stopped. So this is while loop. Next we are having do while. In case of do while, the do statement always executed one time, then after the condition will be checked, and if the condition is true, further the statements will execute it, otherwise not. So the next last looping statement is for statement. So for statement, that is for looping, is most usually used and most important than other two looping statements. It is most efficient. Like we are having all the three components in the single line, that is initialization, increment, decrement and condition check. We can give these statements inside the body also, but this is the most suitable syntax for this. So we can check the output also. It is just printing the value from 1 to 10. If the value of the I will be get incremented, like after 10, it will not execute. Like if the value of the I is 11, then the statement will not be executed. This will be the end of the program. So next we are having MCQ. The first question is, which loop control statement executes its block at least once, even if its expression returns false? So the correct answer is option number 3, that is do while. So do statement also always execute one time, then after it will check the condition. If the condition will be true, it will further execute the statements, otherwise not. So the next question is, which user defined function gets executed whenever the class instantiated, like destructor, private function, final or constructor? So what is the correct answer? Option number 4, constructor, is the correct answer for this question. Thank you so much.